Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 4 minutes past 10 on Thursday night, with a few for tomorrow, Friday. Back at base, tour over today, a day before I thought it would be, and they wanted 2 nights in Dublin. I wasn't hoarse last night. I was talking a little lower because there was people in the hallway. I think there was tea set up or something. Not set it up in the room. I don't know what they were at. But I thought if they heard me going on, that they might think I was talking to myself, and they might demand men in white coats to come and put me in the loony bin. So there was no hoarseness, and I wasn't tired. I actually had the best night's sleep I had in a long time the night before. Slept over 6 hours continuous. So we're in good shape. Tour over, and that I think that could be the last one for the year. So we'll see how things go. Will we go back at it again? Don't know yet. We said at the start, I didn't know why I was doing it. I soon found out because there was people following me, including the late Terry Woods. So there was a reason. As I said, there's rations for everything. There's curtains for cakes. There was a reason for me doing it, and I will see what happens in the future. You miss a lot when you're away. I missed several funerals. I missed several football matches that I umpired the last number of years with a couple of referees. So I missed a lot of them. And you're on the move the whole time, so it's tiring at times, it's busy at times. It's great to be meeting new people, but lots of positives and lots of negatives, pros and cons. So we'll see. We were out at Dodge this morning about 9:45, and we headed for 5 Mile Town in County Tyrone. That's where the man that was on the tour with me, John, his mother was born in 5 Mile Town, and they immigrated to America. His grandfather was a sheep farmer, so we had a soup and a sandwich in a little the Potter's Hedge, I think was it, if that's right. Because they met the chef in Galway and partied with them in the King's Head. So, and she was there today and they took a photograph as I was getting parking. Busy little spot. The owner is only in there about 4 years. So we took a few photographs. There was a clock on the wall. And it said 5 Mile Town, CRT, whichever that was, some sort of time. It was 25 to 7. We were there 25 to 1. So, a 6 hour difference. I don't know where it was. So, we went on to Dublin then. It was over 2 hour drive from Portrush to 5 Mile Town. This is 2.5. And actually, I got a good few laughs. Some people's geography wouldn't be the best, or isn't the best at times. We were just crossing the border from Tyrone into Monaghan, and the lady in the car said, "Will we be seeing the ocean today?" I said, "You might have on a postcard. You definitely won't be seeing it." And she said, "Well, how come we can't see it?" And I said, "If you want to see it, we will, but you won't be back in Dublin until Saturday evening." She asked me yesterday when we were looking at Inishbaffin, was it the Aran Islands? I don't know. I don't know what she taking the piss or what, but I had a few good laughs, and it was a great couple. So they're engaged and away to go, and I hope to live happily ever after. Might see them at some time again, but I doubt it. We had a winner today. The first winner ran well. I was listening to that. I didn't see any race, but I was listening to a few of them because they were chatting in the back, so I got a chance on the phone. Grand to get off the first winner. You're playing with Bucky's money. Admiral D, I was disappointed with the ride. I thought he'd bang out and tiptoe it from the front, but no, they decided to change tactics today, and he worked into it late. There is a race in him, so with the season coming to an end, I don't know whether they'll put him on the go in Newcastle or what. Zephron never put into the race today. Genuine Article ran a nice little race, maybe a step up and trip might suit that horse. Caught one that I hadn't spotted. Well, I had, but I didn't think it was good enough. But the gelding operation obviously transformed that horse. And the one that ran on the national hunt scene, we won't be back in it again. We got it when it won for us, so it owes us nothing. That Zephyrin will be the same. So we didn't lose any money anyway. If you're not losing, you must be winning. Tomorrow, tricky enough day. Power of bus horses running. We go to the one that won us £50 lately, Kalganov. It's in the 5:35 at York, 7 furlongs. This won twice for us lately. At nice SPs as well. Came from France, and it was rated 92, wasn't it? 95. So all the way down, Water finds its own level, 66, 100 to 30, boom, and then 72. And he was 72 when he was rated 72. He's up £5. He done it well enough, I thought, the last day, and the horse that was second ran well today, came from finished third. This is us in the green and
back towards
Frank
the final
Gillespie
couple
colours.
of furlongs they come, and inside it, up front, it's Kalganov who's gone on. Over on the far side, Tremendous Times. Behind those Roqueforts trying to pick up JKR Cobbler's trying to finish from the back, but Kalganov's got first run for David Nolan. Inside the final furlong now, Kalganov booted out. JKR Cobbler continues to stay on from Tremendous Times and Roqueforts, but well inside the final half, Kalganov away and gone will win for David O'Mara and David Nolan. JKR Cobbler for second.
He wasn't snug enough there. He's up £5, as I said. Now this is up another level up the ladder, but he's carrying bottom weight. 9 stone 4, Mark Wynn. This is an apprentice race, so you never know. But back him each way. If he gets placed, he owes us nothing anyway. He's won 2 races for us. So that's Kalganov. The horse as well there in each way price, I thought, had a bit of a break. Lattam, that won the Irish the Irish Lincoln last March, but it's an each way price as well. It's a tricky little race, and Haggis isn't exactly pulling up 3 stumps, but it was off there from the 4th of August to the end of September. Slightly raced enough. Now this is his first chance on goodish ground. If you look at his form there, that was soft ground the last 2 runs. 3 of the last 4 was soft ground, and it was soft to heavy in Ireland in the Curragh when he won. But if you look at when he won his 2 races last year, good to soft, and he ran a good race on good ground as well. Where are we here? Was that race? No, that's Kalganov. This is him on the very left.
Second, then Afita Lane. Ross Colin now peeled out for a run. Then Lattam. After that, Crystal Cask and Fox Tal inside the final furlong they go. Afita Lane the far side to the gatekeeper Ross Colin. Lattam is powering home as well. Terrific finish. Afita Lane's taking it up to Lattam and Ross Colin. There's a race up towards the line. It's going to be tight. Ross Colin possibly over Afita Lane. Then Lattam
If you remember the race when he won the Irish Lincoln to the big field, he weaved his way through. I think that field was too small for him. He needs to be covered up, and with 13 runners tomorrow, Richard Kingscote, I think it's a better opportunity to win, and back at each way as well, paying 4 places there. It's 5, even at 9-2, back at each way, and then another each way horse, a horse we tipped up and backed 2 runs back, and there was so much on the last day we left him out. It's Pulling in Green. Now he's up against 2 horses that probably is classier, but they haven't ran this year. But he done this well the last day when he stepped up and trip. We were on him the time before, but he wasn't put into the race at all. He wasn't off, he aired. But he had done all right in Pint to Pints, even though he fell twice. let's have a peep at him winning the last day. Like, you bet a decent yardsticks there rated 125 and 124. Justique and any use.
You're right, with the noseband, trying hard in the centres, yes, you would take, and those two pounced on now by Pull Again Green as they make the run down towards the final fence. Pull Again Green has pulled a few lengths clear on the run down to the last. Yes, you would take's holding second. Pull Again Green is over the final fence and is on the flat and has gone clear. Second place, yes, you would take, then Any News, Grey Skies and the Bomber Listed, but striding away with his prize.
He won his head in his chest. Now, as I said, there's two. They're Chianti Classico and Inch House. Inch House, 210 days and 252 days. So we have fitness on our side. So we'll try and put it up to them tomorrow. That's 330 each way bets. If you want to do an each way tricks, each way treble, fire ahead. In York as well tomorrow, we have our buddy in the 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is a very interesting race, 5 furlongs. The ground, though, I don't know what it is. It is it's given as good to soft in places. If it was good drying out, we have our buddy Alligator Alley, because there's 14 in it, and the faster to go, the better he'll come home. We have Strong Johnson. Did we win on that the last day? Or did I mention it only? It was the day that we were going to Longchamp. We have that who were there, Nomadic Empire. He'll creep up and win at some stage, but is very unreliable. But it's a race that if the ground is dry enough, it'll suit our friend Alligator Alley. But he won't win on good to soft. He needs it good, but if it's good to firm, you could put the wedge on him there. Who else have we out tomorrow? The 240. It's a grand race as well, a staying race. We have our friend Lordship. He won a couple of times for us. He won 3 times for us there. But the handicapper might have him there at 94. At Fundalk tomorrow night, there's a horse that we backed at finished second. They weren't too busy on him, but it's an apprentice race, and I like to back an apprentice jockey in an apprentice race that has ridden the horse before, and not just any eagle. He was second the last day. He was second the time before as well, but the last day they weren't too busy on him. But he knows the horse, and second of 20. I know he was beaten for this, but the previous run, second by a nose. It was a good run. The two of them are as green as grass, so they're coming up from Waterford up to Dundalk, long old trek. So we'll back that tomorrow night, I think. In the following race, actually, to have a reserve, pretty much the same name, and if they do bring it up in the horse box, and if it runs, it'll be a sort of a tip in itself. It's just another eagle. It's terrible for him, but if he brings it up. But there's one in the last race as well. If I have any pound left tomorrow, there's a horse there that will win a race at some point. It could be tomorrow night, but it may not. But it's worth an each way bet. I think they're paying 4 places. Is Luke Short 8-1 there? Is that 8-1? If it is, I'll be having a bit of 8-1 each way, because there's only 4-1 the other ones. 8-1 is a good price for that horse. I'll be doing a bit of that immediately. The last of the race didn't come to suit. Just I thought it'd be only a 4 or 5-1 shot. on the good to yielding ground there behind Slieve Binion. And he had a good run the last year, but the man up front, Longclaw, got the run of the race. But he's down £10 from what he was, and he had a good run last year in Punchestown. No, the year before. Anyway, I'm rattling on too much. Bit of waffling tonight. Waffling on too much, so I'll get out of your face. I'll get this in the oven. It's 10 now. Bash the bookies, over and out.